This is Mike180, Amity Kane. Here's Mike180 at his first parenting class, becoming the best dad he can be. Here we go.
Right? And then Julia ends up feeling like her emotion was honored by mom because mom said, oh, you must be sad. So we're going to pair up and we're going to practice that. So what I want somebody to do is one person be the parent and then one person...
I don't feel like going to church today.
So you don't feel like going to church today?
No, I feel sad today. I don't feel like going to church.
Well, you know, we don't live by our feelings, right? We serve God.
No.
Stop recording me.
Stop. Mike180, Amity Kane.
Dad,
I don't feel like going to church. Dad, I don't feel like going to church today.
You don't feel like going to church?
No.
What's wrong?
I feel sad today. I don't feel like going and worshiping and singing and clapping.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I get sad too, and I go through my issues. But you know, we can't make every decision based on our feelings and our emotions. And you need to just man up right now.
That's a little better.
Because what happens is when we use a really loud voice, children immediately...
The whole class.
I don't think you heard, but what happens in parenting groups stays in parenting groups.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, I grew up with a violent childhood, so everything you got yelled at, and
right.
you know, so that's true what you said, like about if you yell right away, well, they're gonna shut down, you know, because it's fear. They're not gonna respond in any way. They're gonna be, and then they're kids, so
yep.
you know. So what I learned is you know, one-on-one, you know, if when my son's 4.5, but he's smart, so he knows when he's trying to be sneaky or when he's trying to, like, you know, get away with something, and I don't have to whip him or yell at him. I can just, you know, if I ask him, you know, Isaac, you know, come here, I want to talk to you. With the calm voice, he already knows that he did something bad and he's in trouble. So and I don't have to say anything about. I don't put him down with, oh, you know that was bad. He knows it was bad already, right. So I don't have to magnify that part. It's more of me asking him, so why did you do that? You know, like right now his mom tells me that he's wilding out. You know, he's trying to be, she says, what was she saying? She was saying, like he's smart. He's deceitful right now. I'm like, he's 4.5.
Yeah.
But she's like, you know, he made a comment over the phone, and I could tell he's picking up on what he hears. So I asked him, you know, how come you haven't been a good boy? And he's 4.5, and he says, 'cause I'm not a grown up yet, Daddy. So I'm like, wow. So, you know, I know that just by calling him to the side and finding out what's wrong, what's causing him to do that, and then still being calm and patient, even though he's might not be responding, doesn't matter, you know, just keeping that cool, calm, collective attitude. They're going to eventually come to you. Even if he doesn't say it then, he'll come back and he'll tell me, you know, Dad, you know, I want some attention, or Dad, you know, this and this, whatever. So I think that's kind of like what I changed, and I've seen progress in my son's life, you know, with just him opening up, because if right away we yell at them or we point out what they're doing is bad, or they're going to just always assume that they're doing something bad, and then when you go to address it, if you're always yelling, they're just gonna shut down anyway. So I think communicating with them one-on-one, not in front of everybody, putting them on blast, or I don't know another way to say that, but just, you know, one-on-one, giving them their own attention for that moment to correct whatever they're doing.
Right, absolutely.
It's very hard for me, but
that's awesome. That's great for you too, right?
So
that's how they communicate, right?
Yeah, but so if you pick them up from their bed every time they cry, well, that's starting to spoil them. So I believe, and this is just me, you know what I'm saying, it worked for me and my ex, you know, not just leaving the baby there the whole time while they're crying, but setting a letting them know, and they're smart, they're babies, but they're picking up on that. Obviously, they're gonna know that when they don't get picked up, they're gonna eventually stop crying and see that you set a pattern. I don't know if that's the right word, but so I think just it starts from when they're kids, and then they're 1 year old and they don't want to listen. Well, it's because you picked them up every time they cried, or you. And that's, I'm not saying we love our kids, we want the best for them, but that's why a lot of people have problems with kids not listening, because they get spoiled from the beginning, and it becomes something that they're used to. They know that they know that all they have to do is act out and they'll get what they want eventually.
Well, we need to be
I think
cautious. And as parents,
M180,
they learn
baby.
to trust us.
Just got out of a parenting class. Mike180, a better dad now.
Oh man,
Let the
me
people
tell you
know.
something
Number
real
one
quick,
dad
bro.
right here, M180.
Let me tell you something real quick.
Tell him something.
If your kids are bad
Yeah.
and they don't want to listen because you
Okay.
spoiled them, that's your fault.
And now, my friend, is real talk.